Hello everyone, my name is Mahendra and I'm a trainer in ICC Foundation. Today in verbal communication, we are going to learn about speaking. In today's session, first we will understand the second verbal communication component, which is speaking. Then we will understand applying speaking skills for effective verbal communication. So let's start. What is speaking? Speaking is an action of passing on information or express one's thoughts and feelings in a spoken language. Speaking skills makes a person able to communicate effectively with others. So, in order to communicate effectively, there are certain things you need to remember before speaking, and there are things you need to do and follow while speaking. So, what are those things? Before speaking, always be a good organizer of your thoughts. Before speaking, shape your thoughts in order, which can be related to the current conversation or it can be adding to the conversation. Apart from that, once you have the thoughts organized, you can go ahead and put those thoughts into words and put those words into order, which can make sense and be understood by the listeners. Apart from that, one more important thing you need to remember before speaking, you need to listen carefully. Listening carefully means focusing on the words, tone, intonation, modulation, and body language so that you can understand what exactly the other person is trying to say before responding. Let's understand what are the things you need to remember during your speech. Always speak clearly and keep your words and sentences short and simple. Choose your words. That means try to use positive words as much as possible. Like, sure, certainly, this can be done better. Why don't you research on it? Always avoid using negative words like this will not work. You are stupid, you are dumb. And never interrupt a person when he is speaking. Always speak in flow the way you have structured and prepared in your mind. Remember to match your words with your tone, intonation, modulation, and your body language. Never judge a person. Instead of that, try to analyze and understand the person. Now, let's understand this with an example. In this conversation, we can see there are two different characters, character A and character B. So, let's see what they are doing. Character A says, hey, wanted to share something with you. Character B, tell me. Character A, yesterday I did planting again. B, oh, that's great. You love planting? A, yes, you should do it too. B, I'm not fond of it much. A, I understand. However, our city has everything except for good amount of trees around. B, true. A, and you know that trees are essential for clean environment. B, very true. And it adds beauty to the place you live. A, yes, for sure. When we look at this conversation, we can see the whole conversation is in. And the whole conversation you can see is being used simple words. And if you can see, though character B is not interested in planting, but still, while responding, he is using positive words like, "Oh, that's great, you love planting, and I'm not fond of it much." Instead of saying, "I'm not fond of it much," he could have said, if he would have used negative words, he would have said, uh, "This is waste of time, I don't like it." But he's using in this conversation only positive. And we can see that nowhere during the conversation, character A or character B is interrupting each other. And we can see that here in the second last line, character B is adding to the conversation, which is making sense. So I hope you have understood the example. So let's remember, in order to improve our speaking skill, what are the things that we can do? Try to find a speaking conversation partner and practice with him. Second thing, what you can do, try to surround yourself with the people who speak the same language. Listen to them, if possible, record their conversation and listen to it later on. Try to build your vocabulary. For that, you can start reading books, articles, and newspaper. The more words do you have, the more effectively you will be able to conversate in verbal. Practice on pronunciation. For that, you can start watching movie, listen to music and audios, and practice on your grammar always. It will help you to put the words in correct order, which will make sense. Talk to yourself, and the best thing you can do is stand in front of mirror and practice as much as possible. It will improve your confidence. And remember the things you need to do before speaking. So let's recap. The second component of verbal communication is speaking. Speaking skills are the skills that give us the ability to communicate effectively with others. And while speaking, following needs to be done. Speak clearly and keep it short and simple. Choose your words. Do not interrupt. Listen. Speak in flow, the way you have structured in your mind. Match your words with tone, intonation, and your nonverbal. And be free from judgment. I hope you have understood. So now it's time to practice. You have two topics on your screen, pollution and reading. Take 5 minutes for each. Prepare and then start practicing. So today, in the end, we have learned speaking skills are the skills that give us the ability to communicate effectively with others. I hope you have been able to understand and interact with them. Thank you.